What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. We have a lot of news to go over for Pokemon Champions. First of all, it's going to be available April 8th. We finally have a release date. This is going to be for the Nintendo Switch. Let's go. You can get a Dragonite if you pre-order the game on the Switch. So I would recommend you guys do that so you guys could play Mega Dragonite. Now we have information off the battle pass. It's going to be 14 yen, which equivalates to $9 per season. There's a starter pack for 908 yen, which is $6 USD. So there's membership options as well for 700 yen, $4.75 per month, and then 7,000 yen, which is $47 per year. So we have that news to begin with, and then let's move in to another bonus. Whenever you pre-order, there's going to be music from the previous games. We have the battle trainers from Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. We have the Heart Gold and Soul Silver. We have Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, and there's probably gonna be so many more songs out here. There's held items, Megastone, clothing, accessories, hair, cosmetic, pre-battle poses, throwing styles, and victory poses as well. Not only that, so the connection between Pokemon Champions and Pokemon Home starts on the same day as the official launch. Only Pokemon that appear in Pokemon Champions can be transferred from Pokemon Home. So basically, we are, it's all common sense in that situation, right? So far, there is a list available with all the Pokemon that you could currently have in the game. So I'll post that in the description so you guys could take a quick peek. Now, Meganium. So we do have a lot of brand new abilities here. So this one's gonna be Mega Soul. So basically, it sets up a harsh sunlight when using a move like the grass type Pokemon. Well, Meganium, again, it having access to the fairy typing, and not only that, it being a solid grass choice is going to be strong in this metagame. So that's one thing that you do not want to count out. Another one that we're gonna look at is Mega FERALIGATR. Mega FERALIGATR has a crazy ability. Mega FERALIGATR has a crazy ability. So the ability is going to be Dragon Skin. Normal type moves become Dragon types. So basically, like moves like Giga Impact, Double Edge, Return, they're all going to be Dragon typing when it Mega evolves. So this is going to be insane. I feel like having Water and Dragon is going to be super powerful for FERALIGATR. I feel like this is going to be a massive buff for FERALIGATR to be seen in the metagame. So that's one thing I do want to keep an eye out for. Next up, we have Mega Embor. So the thing is, he's gonna have Mold Breaker, and honestly, that's not the greatest ability, but out of the three, it's looking like it's going to be the weakest one. But I could see people still playing it over the design or being a fan favorite or something like that. But yeah, let's move on. Let's talk about the VP victory point summary. So basically, we're gonna go over the cost of all victory points that you could buy for your Pokemon. So basically here, ability points are gonna be 330 victory points, personality 500 victory points, characteristics 500, one move, which is going to be 250, one item 400 victory points, and one megastone is going to cost 2000 victory points. Full training with items requires anywhere from 2730 points to 4330, which is going to be insane. So these are the screenshots where you could take a quick peek of how much VP points cost, and the menu and everything like that. So just be sure to have to reduce the cost, make sure to have the moves you want, make sure to have the Mega Stones, because it could be a lengthy process here. Another update, the first Pokemon Champions live event is going to be in Indianapolis regional on May 29th through the 31st, then NAIC, so this is going to be insane. I'm definitely going to make my way to NAIC this year, so be on the lookout for that, and I will be competing. Next up, let's go. This is an example of Dragonite's moveset, nature, ability, and what we expect to get from it. So here's a few screenshots on how you could spend your points and pick the nature and all of that. So this is actually a really nice, sophisticated way of presenting everything, and overall I think it just looks aesthetic. It looks so much better.
Pokemon battles for everyone! Pokemon Champions! This game is all about battles. Compete online against players from across the world with the Pokemon you've recruited. There are two ways to obtain battle-ready Pokemon. The first is by connecting to the Pokemon Home app. Transfer your Pokemon from games in the Pokemon RPG series and the Pokemon Go app to Pokemon Home. Then link the app to this game. The second way is via Recruit. Choose one Pokemon to recruit once per day from a random selection of Pokemon that appear in the game. Recruited Pokemon can only be used in Pokemon Champions for a certain amount of time. After you've gathered your Pokemon, choose 6 of them and form your team. Before battle, you'll be able to see your opponent's team and vice versa, and choose the Pokemon you want to use for the impending match. Consider which Pokemon your opponent will use. Then select your own Pokemon to start the battle. Players alternate turns with moves. Win by reducing the HP of all your opponent's Pokemon to 0. If you're in a bind, you can swap one Pokemon for another. Or use Mega Evolution to power up your Pokemon. The decisions you make could influence the tide of battle. With Mega Evolution, certain Pokemon will gain abilities brand new to the series. There are also different battle formats. Use one Pokemon at a time in single battles, or have Pokemon fight 2-on-2 in double battles. There are 3 different online battle modes. In ranked battles, test your skills against evenly matched trainers and aim for the highest rank. In casual battles, wins and losses aren't recorded, so you can enjoy matches however you'd like. And in private battles, create a room and battle against anyone with the room ID. There are also in-game online competitions in which you'll battle with preset rules that change every season. Engage in battles to earn victory points or VP. Here's how to use VP. You can swap the moves a Pokemon can learn, change its nature, modify its abilities, and more. The stat points of a Pokemon can also be adjusted. For example, you could increase attack and speed to boost offense. Or raise HP and defense to withstand attacks. Pokemon can be easily trained to your liking, so try out different ways to battle. You can only recruit once per day, but by using VP, you can recruit multiple times. Keep in mind that recruited Pokemon are only available for 1 week, but with VP, any recruited Pokemon will be permanently added. In the shop, spend VP to purchase held items, or Mega Stones for your Pokemon. You can also get clothing and looks for your trainer, different Pokeball throwing styles, and battle music. A world of fierce battles with your Pokemon awaits! Pokemon Champions! Available April 8th on the Nintendo Switch system.